If you're looking around and wondering, has everyone lost their minds? You're not wrong. People chase trends that eat away at their dignity. They worship influencers and ignore their own instincts. They build lives around things they don't care about, to impress people they don't even like. And worst of all, they defend the madness. They defend it with conviction because it feels normal now. Because in a world built on delusions, truth feels like treason. And yet here you are, awake enough to notice. That's where it begins, that first flicker of clarity in a room full of noise. But what you do next determines whether you become part of the circus or rise above it. And no, rising above it doesn't mean floating peacefully in some mystical Zen garden. It means standing inside the storm and not letting it steal your mind. It means being able to say, this world is loud, but I won't shout with it. This world is confused, but I won't lose myself in the confusion. The world will tell you to respond to insanity with more insanity, to fight chaos with noise. But there's a sharper weapon, something clean and ancient and still. Sanity, when you commit to it, isn't just the absence of madness. It's a daily practice of clarity, precision, power. And it starts with 5 truths you need to understand right now. The first is simple. The world owes you nothing. That's not meant to make you bitter. It's meant to set you free. Every time you expect fairness from a world that doesn't promise it, you create suffering, not disappointment. Suffering. Why? Because the mind writes checks reality never agreed to cash. But when you drop the entitlement, you stop bleeding energy into fantasies. You stop crying out, so why me? And start asking, what now? You become functional, strategic. You become the kind of person who builds their life like a fortress that's stone by deliberate stone, instead of begging for the wind to calm down. Second, you don't need to understand everything to move forward. Insanity disguises itself as curiosity sometimes, a manic obsession with decoding every injustice, every contradiction, every failure. But most of that noise is a trap. The mind wants to think its way out of pain, and when it can't, it loops over and over like a dog chasing its tail in a burning house. But you don't have to solve the chaos. You just have to move through it. When you accept that confusion is part of the path, you stop waiting for perfect clarity and start building a direction anyway. Movement is clarity. Momentum is medicine. Third, what you feel is real, but it's not always true. This one will save your life, because emotion lies. It doesn't mean to. It just doesn't know the whole story. Fear tells you you're in danger when you're simply uncertain. Anger tells you you've been wronged when you've actually been challenged. Sadness tells you it will always be like this, and it's rarely right. Sanity means letting emotion pass through you like a storm without letting it flood your decisions. Let it pour, but don't let it write your next sentence. Don't let it drive. The fourth, silence is power. Not the kind of silence that's passive or weak or afraid to speak, the kind that listens deeply, that watches before reacting, that cuts through nonsense like a blade. In a noisy world, silence becomes strategy. It unnerves the ones who rely on drama. It disarms the manipulators. It gives you space to choose your next move, not just make one. The loudest person is rarely the strongest. The strongest is the one who speaks last, with precision when the noise has exhausted itself. And finally, you are allowed to be calm. Let that one land. In a world that rewards outrage, calm feels like a betrayal. It feels like you're not taking things seriously enough. But calm isn't denial. It's control. It's the opposite of being controlled. When everyone is panicking and you stay still, you change the chemistry of the room. You hold a kind of quiet dominance that doesn't need volume. You become the anchor in the storm, not because you're cold, but because you refuse to drown. These 6 reminders aren't just comforting phrases. They are the armor you wear when you walk through madness. They're the code that keeps your mind clean while the world spills oil in every direction. And once they become a part of you, not just ideas, but instincts, you become unshakable. You stop chasing sanity like it's somewhere outside you and realize it's something you build quietly, daily, relentlessly. So what does it look like day to day? It looks like walking past madness without needing to comment, like turning off the news when your nervous system has had enough, like breathing deeply when someone tries to bait you, like laughing, even when the world tells you laughter is naive, like knowing that what you build in silence matters more than what you shout into the void. And that's the secret no one tells you. Sanity doesn't feel like victory. It feels like emptiness at first. first. Because you're stepping out of the game. You're not reacting like everyone else. You're not addicted to chaos anymore. That gap, that calm, feels strange. Like you're missing something, but you're not. You're shedding something. The world is insane, yes. But you don't have to mirror it. You don't have to become the thing you hate just to survive. You can be sane, painfully, powerfully sane, in a way that makes other people question their noise. Not by preaching, not by yelling back, but by being a living example of what it looks like to be composed in a collapsing world. And that's not just philosophy, it's survival. Because when the world gets louder, and it will, the quiet ones will be the last ones standing. The ones who built their calm like a bunker. The ones who didn't try to fix the storm but learned how to walk through it. So if the world feels upside down, don't wait for it to flip back. Don't waste your breath on outrage that changes nothing. Don't give your soul to headlines that won't matter in a week. Don't light yourself on fire just to be seen. Choose sanity like it's your job. Choose clarity like it's your path. Choose peace like it's your revolution. You are allowed to be calm, even now, because when you hold these truths close, the world stops feeling like a threat and starts looking like what it's always been, a test. And you're ready.